Next question's from Ash on Twitter, and that's about Curtis Jones.
No.
Unlucky timing for him when he has broken into the team because he had Gino Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago, and now McAllister to get past, or has he been rather fortunate because he's had some absolute club legends to learn from? I'd say he's in the first team now, isn't he? He's probably one of the first names in the starting 11.
I would say that. I mean, I've just written a piece about him, basically saying he's one of these players. Klopp likes rhythm, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Which, given the fact he likes heavy metal as well, doesn't really correlate. But anyway. But Curtis Jones is the ultimate example of that. When he gets run of games, he suddenly makes a massive difference. You saw that at the end of last season. When he came into the team, he hadn't started a Premier League game in 6 months, something like that, when at Chelsea, and he starts the last 11 games, they're unbeaten. Start of this season, gets a minor injury, misses the first two of the first 3 games, gets back into the team, was probably the best player at Tottenham up until he gets sent off. Then he misses 3, then he gets injured and misses another 2. And then he only plays 1 of the next 2 off the bench. So suddenly you can look at it and go, hang on, he's missed 9 games at the start of the season here. Mm-hmm. And not all through his own fault. But then when he's got back in the team recently, look what he's done. He sets up the goal for 200th goal for Salah, Crystal Palace, gets the 2 goals. I think he had a very good game. I can't remember, was it Arsenal he had a good game? I can't remember. I think in the first half he seems to be one of the better Liverpool
West Ham in the cup.
West Ham he got the 2 goals. Got the goal against Newcastle.
Fulham.
And that was probably his best performance for Liverpool. And he got the goal against Fulham. And he was one of the ones that keeps on going. And I think he's benefited from Gravenberch coming in because it's kind of elevated him a little bit. I mean, I spoke to him in the summer out in Germany, and he's saying, look, I play for Liverpool. This is what it's like. This is what you have to expect. I'm expecting competition for your place every single time. And because you know that if you don't have a good game, somebody on the bench is going to come on and replace you. But by the same token, you also know that if you're on the bench and somebody doesn't have a good game, then you're going to get a chance. So it's all about taking your chance. So it's on the individual player. And he's done 100 games. Is he 100? Yeah, he's done. So he's beyond 100 games now for Liverpool. He's 22. He doesn't regard himself as a youngster. He's a first-team regular. And if Liverpool are to do anything for the rest of this season, I think he'll be playing most of the games.
Yeah, I think the question was probably the answer somewhere in between, isn't it? Don't necessarily have to. Not everyone has to burst onto the scene and be a first teamer at 17. I think that sort of pattern has slowed down a bit over the years. We all remember Michael Owen and Robbie Fowler, don't we? But it doesn't tend to happen as much nowadays, and Jones is a perfect example of that. Even Trent, to a degree. It was only... I even think when Liverpool got to the Champions League final in Kiev, he was still being viewed as very much as a youngster who's just in the side.
He'd only just got out. They got ahead of Joe Gomez at right back, and Gomez got injured.
Yeah. So that doesn't really tend to happen anymore. So the fact that he's 22 and he's kind of come through this glorious period of Liverpool, sort of on the fringes, and now over the last 8 or 9 months he started to really establish himself as a proper first teamer. I think he's in an ideal position, and he only signed a new contract late 2022, was it? So yeah, he's just got to carry on doing what he's doing at the moment and stay fit, and I think he's got a really exciting future in this new Liverpool setup.